you. Okay, so should we talk about where we are? So here we are up on Mount Washington, and when people think Pittsburgh, they think of this view that you only get from Mount Washington. And there's some great things about this location. Real estate tends to be quite expensive up here, and you are paying for this view and also for the easy access down into the city. From where we're standing, if you look directly behind me, you can see Point State Park and the downtown area. There's about 5 different condo options right downtown as well. Up here up on Mount Washington, we have 3 or 4 other condo buildings. A lot of residential living up here. But as you look down over the hill, down Mount Washington, you can see, if you look way down the Allegheny River, you can see Children's Hospital, also the Cork Factory and the Heinz Factory, a little bit of Lawrenceville, Strip District. So on this side, I don't know if you want to turn your camera this way. Scan, follow me. You can see the stadiums. We have the football stadium and the beautiful Pirates baseball stadium, and also the Rivers Casino. So a lot going on in the city. It continues to grow, develop, and become even more beautiful than it has been just even 5 years ago. So here we are a little bit further down Grandview, and Grandview runs pretty much the entire length of Mount Washington. Behind me again, you can see the beautiful city. I wanted to talk just a little bit about the tunnels. And there are 4 tunnels that run through Mount Washington, ranging in date from the early 1800s. The Liberty Tunnel was 1926, and then the Fort Pitt Tunnel was built in 1960, if you can believe it. Fort Pitt Tunnel is, I think, the most incredible way to enter into the city. You go through the tunnel, it opens up, and you see just how magnificent Pittsburgh is, with the stadium on the left and downtown on the right. But we're going to give you a quick look here of just the city from this vantage point. Here we're looking upriver, up the Monongahela, and you can see Oakland from this vantage point, from this perch that we're on top of Mount Washington. And the city of Pittsburgh is known as the city of bridges, and that's because there are 446 bridges that connect one side to the other across these 3 rivers. It's pretty amazing. Okay, so here we are. This is our last stop on our Mount Washington tour. Wanted to talk a little bit about the history of Mount Washington. In the mid to late 1800s, this Mount Washington was known as Coal Hill, and that's because they did a lot of mining. A lot of coal came out of Mount Washington. In fact, one of the original tunnels was a coal mine, and then they just kept on digging until they got to the other side. But I'm standing in front of one of the inclines that leads down into the city. It's still used today. It's closed temporarily right now. They're doing some repairs on it, but it takes about 45 people down and up at a time. And it was originally built in 1870, and it was rebuilt 5 more times. So it's a vital part of the history of our city, and there is another incline further down Grandview. So it's another connection from Mount Washington to downtown. And it's been great chatting with you. Have a great day.